Hello everyone and welcome back to Flo's Corner. So in this video, I'm going to be making candied pickles for the first time. So please stay tuned. So this is the pickles that I'm going to be using. It's by Vlasic. So I noticed that when making candied pickles, most people use the full whole pickle. But this is the one I had in my house and this was just an experiment just to see how I'm going to do it. So I'm going to follow the same steps that I do when I make my candied pineapples. Because the pickles are submerged in the juice, just like the pineapples, I'm just going to take my paper towel and just try to rub them as dry as I can. Be gentle as possible so that the pickle doesn't get squished. Also, go check out all of my other videos on how I make candied fruit. I have my candied grape tutorial, the strawberry tutorial, and how to make candied pineapples tutorial as well. So please go give that a look. So here I'm just drying all of the pickles with the paper towel. If you notice that the paper towel is getting too soaked up, then you're going to grab some more. So I'm going to use some skewers just like I used in my pineapple video. You don't want to use a toothpick for these pickles because it is too heavy for them little old toothpicks and you're going to wind up burning yourself. So you want to use the triangular side of the pickle to insert your skewer. And then you're going to push it through the pickle, but make sure not to have the skewer pierce the other side of the pickle. Just push it in enough where it is holding the pickle sturdy in place. Also have a paper towel by your side because after you push the skewer in, you're going to feel that the pickle is feeling a little bit more juicy like it was before. Not as much, but just take a paper towel and just kind of rub the excess moisture out. And then we're going to place it down and you're going to do the same for the remainder of the pickles. So this is my first real time of doing candied pickles. I had tried to dip a pickle once before in the past, but it was definitely a fail. I was like in the beginning of my candied fruit journey. And yeah, it just hardened my mixture up so fast and it was a no-go. So because I feel I'm in an intermediate level now, so now I decided to just kind of do it the same like I would do my pineapples. So here they are. Laugh out loud at that last one looking all funny like that. But all I did was take my baking tray and lined it up with parchment paper and I placed the pickles on it and then I'm going to freeze them. 6 hours would be a good enough time to leave them just like I do my pineapples. But to be real with y'all, I had left these in my freezer for over 3 days. I mean, every time I tried to get to it, it was just something coming up. So these are what they're going to be looking like after 3 days. But 6 hours would normally be enough. So here they are, frozen solid, not moving or anything, and that's good. But put these babies back until you are ready to dip. So y'all should already know my candy mixture by heart. 2 cups of sugar, a half a cup of water, and a 1/4 cup of corn syrup. Y'all know this is my go-to for all of my candied fruit. I'm never changing this recipe. Stir all of that up until the sugar has a nice flow. It should not have any clumps, any chunks, or anything like that. Just keep stirring until you have a smooth flow. So now we're going to place this on our stove. I have mine at a number 6. I do not use it any lower than that or any higher than that. That is perfect for the candied mixture. Don't forget your thermometer. You have to have your candy thermometer on the side. Make sure it's not touching the bottom of the pot for a false reading. For my flavor, I'm going to be using Cake Batter by Loran Oils and Leaf Green Color by Wilton. So the flavoring oil only had a half bottle left, so I poured the rest of that in there. Then I'm going to take the back of my spoon, place it into the food coloring dye, and then I place the tip of it into the mixture and kind of give it a small little stir. Then I'm going to use some of my whitener just so that my pickles don't have a translucent look. There is no stirring. I only did a tiny stir when I was adding the color, but let all of the mixture come together on its own. Once we hit 300 degrees, now we are ready to dip. Here I am just twirling the pickle all over the candy mixture to try to get as much cover as I can. One lesson I learned is that I am going to be using a much larger pot in length for the next time because I noticed that my pickle was too long and I couldn't get the coverage so much at the bottom of the pickle because it was crashing into the bottom of the pot. So definitely an eye-opener and I will do something different the next time. But this is definitely how it all came out. Honestly, I didn't think it was a bad job. It actually was pretty smooth doing it. Like I said, I was just struggling trying to get the bottom of the pickle covered. But hey, like I said, this was just an experiment and I'm kind of happy with the results. I'm happy with using the spears because if I used the whole pickle, it would have been a little bit too much pickle with all the candy mixture around it. The spears was just enough. So I'm very happy with the results when it came out. I honestly had just a few minor things that I'm going to tweak the next time to have a really successful way of making these candy pickles, but they tasted awesome and it wasn't a hard job because honestly it just reminded me of like doing the pineapples the same way. Here I'm just adding a little bit of drizzle with a spoon. And here they are. I honestly was a little bit skeptical on how this would have tasted, but let me tell y'all, me and the kids love these candied pickles. They were so good. That sweetness with the saltiness, oh my gosh, it was a whole nother level of deliciousness. And that cake batter flavor just adds its own little touch. I would recommend eating this over a bowl or with a napkin in your hand because all that juice from the pickle just kind of come on out when you're taking a bite. Also, you know I always recommend do not consume these every single day. This is just a good little treat when you want to have something different. Store these babies in the freezer and eat within 24 hours. Let me know how I did for my first time. Thanks for watching. Bye.